following is a presentation of Mr. X News Network.
It's time for XNN.
Now you can clip that, cunt.
The following is a presentation of Mr. X News Network.
Hey, Las Vegas. Hey, MGM Grand. We got a real big fucking problem here. I know people are doing haters shows, and this person doesn't like this person, and this person's going to expose that person, and yada, 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 yada. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck about those criminals? Let's talk about first world problems. Let's talk about some real issues. Yes, the rumor is out there, and I'm going to have to make a fucking phone call during this show. The rumor, is it true? Now, you saw the Mr. X opening. You heard the Queen song, which I'll probably have to take out. By the way, I don't think any of you guys guessed what album that's from. None of you dumbasses know? The Game? No. It was in the 80s. I'll give you that. Any of you dumbasses know? No, none of you dumbasses know. Well, it's from The Miracle. What the fuck? Personally, I think that's better. They're one of their better 80s albums, but who cares? We'll get back to that later. Let's talk about this bullshit right here. There's information, and I'm going to be proving this information, sent to me by Dr. Bailout, that MGM is going to be shutting all of their buffets down. Now, this is a big deal. By quarter two of 2027. Now, I know the AI sign or whatever says no buffets and it's above Caesar's Palace and the Mirage doesn't even exist anymore. The Mirage is becoming the Hard Rock Casino, but, and obviously Caesar's Palace has got the best buffet. So they're going to still have a buffet. So that's not 100% accurate. I can tell you something that is 100% accurate, allegedly, is this Kinsey scale. If you guys don't know what this Kinsey scale is, watch the Liam Neeson movie. It goes 0 through 6. We talked about this last night on Crab Legs Friday. 0, exclusively heterosexual, Mr. X and Jim Terry. 6, exclusively homosexual, Johnny Sloth and PZ. Fumble Nuts is somewhere at around number 5. Mostly homosexual, only slightly heterosexual. That's why we hear he has a wife. Not judging. But let's get back to this Vegas thing. Scandal. I'm pissed off about this. Because part of Las Vegas and part of casinos, I mean, you even see it in the Crab Legs Friday thing, is going to a casino, going with your buddies. You play sports, you play the slots, you play the machines, you go to the clubs, you do all that stuff. Jim's going to be up here in a second. And you want to go in there and get a fucking buffet at 10 p.m. Now, they already totally S8'd us and took that away from us and only have buffets up till about brunch. I mean, MGM Grand, your buffets suck. But now, Jim, they are saying, and I'm bringing it up one more time, that as of quarter two in 2027, I almost said 2025, that the buffets are going to be gone from all MGM properties, not Caesars, MGM properties.
Will they replace it with just diners or what? What are those?
Well, I mean, there's a brand new In-N-Out burger that's going to be on the strip. Obviously, it has nothing to do with MGM. I think it's going to look like Park MGM. You walk into Park MGM, they have the pizzas they could heat up, they have the shish kebabs, they have the steaks.
Just massive food courts.
Just massive food courts. Just the kind of stuff that Fumble Nuts is into.
Here's
Dicks and faces and stuff like that. I mean, that's what I'm hearing. I mean, allegedly. I mean, I don't want that. I want to have a good time.
Here's the deal. Younger people, and what I mean by younger people, let's just say under the age of 30, okay? They're not going to buffets. They didn't grow up with them. You know, you figure they're 25. How long ago was the pandemic?
2020, so 6 years ago.
Okay. So anybody who's 30 at 24, unless they were, the pandemic has ruined it for a lot of people. I'd say even under the age of, 33, 34. They're not buffet people in Vegas. They're Taco Bell. The buffets, people like me, you, Bob, that was part of it. It hasn't been part of it for people in the last 6 years. And even before then, weren't they pulling them?
Yeah, they've been pulling them. I mean, there hasn't been a buffet in the Mandalay Bay for years since before the pandemic.
Years, some of these places, 20 years, no buffets in some of them.
I tell you this, I don't want to make fun of anybody's emotional distress or anything anybody's ever been through, but this is as close as feeling graped as I possibly can come to. This is ridiculous. I feel like I was graped. Okay, I'm just being ridiculous. No, it's not that bad, but
it is that bad. And a lot of them stopped doing. I mean, at one point, crab legs were every night of the week on the buffet, and then it was like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Then it was Friday, Saturday. Then it was Fridays, and then it was seafood but no crab legs. And then it was now a lot of casinos in Mississippi still have it. In Atlantic City,
we showed the Yamava Casino and went to the buffet last Saturday, a week ago today. Actually, I would have been exactly 7 days ago today. I was going to Yamava for their buffet. I was actually probably in line right now at this point a week ago. So this is fucking bullshit. By the way, let me bring this up. Let me thank Mark, by the way, for allowing me to use his Twitter because Mr. X doesn't have a Twitter. But here it is right here. Vital Vegas, which covers everything Las Vegas. Grid your stretchy pants. High-ranking MGM Resorts executive says that the buffets at all their Las Vegas resorts will be closed as of Q2 of 2027. Wicked Spoon of Cosmo will be the last to close. This is fucking.
So let me ask you this. Who does have buffets? Who does have seafood crab leg buffets? Forget buffets. You can get buffets at there's Chinese restaurants that aren't in casinos. But who has buffets in Vegas?
So Excalibur is one. Let's go down the row. Okay. Mandalay Bay does not have one. Luxor did have one recently, within the last year, got rid of them. They no longer have one. Excalibur, shitty buffet, low cost, not really any crab legs on it. They do have one. New York does not have it. Park MGM does not have it. Let's go across the street. MGM Grand, they got a shitty buffet that was just pulled. As we get into going down past Park MGM is the City Center. Cosmo has one. The Bellagio.
Okay, hold on. I don't think I've ever been to. Maybe Cosmo real quick. How much is the Cosmos buffet? And is it every night of the week or is it only like 2 nights a week?
You know what? I've never been to that one. I don't know.
Probably. It might be. They had a thing in Vegas the last time I was living there where you could pay like $100 and you go to all the buffets at all day. You can go to all 3. It was as much as you could eat all day.
Well, let's bring it up real quick. Monkey, bring this up.
Bring this up, bitch. And we've got a lot to talk about. Lefty and Bette Hayward did a show last night. It was kind of hard to hear. They're obviously living in like a hotel or something. But I could tell you this, a lot of interesting information. Nobody's trying to pit anybody against anybody, but I have a feeling there are some really shattered people out there. And I did hear from Eric Foss as to what the bombshell is that Betty has on Fumble Nuts, and it's bad. And from what I understand, there's proof. We'll talk about it here in a second. Not only that, but I've also received text messages and stuff that Bob did not like our show last night.
Yeah, well, he didn't like your idea for a show.
Yeah. We're gonna have to. I mean, Bob is becoming extremely bizarre the last 2 months. Also, I don't know, is Trucker Girl still around?
I'm not 100% sure. She did send me an email, but I haven't talked to her in the last couple days. But you asked real quick for the Wicked Spoon and a Cosmo. Here it is. I don't know how much it is at this point, but I could see already that it's open from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's a brunch buffet. That's how they all are. It's bullshit.
Oh, so it's not open for dinner?
No, none of them are.
You know what else? I'm going to tell you what else. They can't get employees. That's the other fucking thing. It takes a lot of people to run a buffet.
Bottomless beverages, yada yada, specialty beverages, dress code.
Who the fuck wants to go? I mean, and maybe they want people gambling in the sports at night. I can understand it, and I could see that. But I don't want to pound down 4 pounds of crab legs at 2:00 in the afternoon. But
yeah, I mean,
the Knicks are getting ready to go up 3 games tonight. I had the Knicks plus 3.5.
So anyway, I mean, it's pretty crazy. I mean, I obviously, since I, was I can't even fucking talk, preparing for the show, as I was getting ready for this show, how about I'll just say it that way? I did set this up, and where the fuck is it? Put it up there, monkey, now. And if you can't read because you got a small Google eye or whatever it says, would you still visit Las Vegas if there were no more buffets? Now, here's the 1 is yes, 2 is no, and you can put just the number in the chat and this will populate. And 3 is I'm a broke ass and I've never been there. Now, I would say yes. So I'm going to put in the chat yes. Hopefully you didn't put that for me. Bob Farrell is here. He already voted.
You know what? Some of the buffets are getting so outrageous. Some of them are $90, $85, $75. And some of them that doesn't include a drink. Now, some places offset it. They'll give you 2 alcoholic beverages, but I don't drink. So unless you go with other people and you want to give somebody 2 drinks, you're going to make them sick. It's I don't know, man. It's maybe it's a generational thing. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't like it though, but let me put this up here because I think something needs to happen. Hold on.
Mr. X voting. Thank you, everybody. I'm interested to know the numbers from last night. I don't think it broke the week before, but I can tell you there was a lot of people. Shack Lady, Cluckers, all those fucking haters. Who is Dawn Optimum? Does anybody know who that is? Yeah.
So far, we got 100%. Everybody saying that they would still go.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Jim, this is the part of the show we got to figure a little something out here.
Sure. How about figure out why there's no super stickers or super chats coming in? That's what I want to figure out.
A few have come in.
What?
I think a few have come in. Give me 1 second here. So I'm going to try to make a call real quick and see what's going on.
Please, hurry up, monkeys. Yeah, Atlantic City still has them. Biloxi still has them. Casinos in Florida, I believe, still have them. But yeah, they're fewer and fewer. I mean, younger people do not go to buffets. Older people are dying out. The pandemic fucked a lot of that over. People don't want to work. What are you going to have Jonelle handling your fucking prime rib with her fucking fingers?
Well, this also means Biloxi.
Oh, I thought it was only Nevada. So they're getting rid of them in Biloxi?
Yeah.
What is the Beau Rivage? Who owns that? Not MGM.
MGM. That's the one I'm talking about.
Oh, man.
So right now I'm trying to get him on the phone. Give me 1 second. Okay, get work. I'm doing some work. We're getting there. A lot of prompts. Probably get some kind of fucking thing here. Nobody answer. Listen.
Apologize for the inconvenience. Your estimated wait time may exceed 2 minutes.
2 minutes? Okay, 2 minutes we could wait. But I mean, it's one of the biggest hotels in the world, so we'll give them a little leeway here.
And Mr. X, you got your first check from this channel?
That's right. Got it in on the 21st.
I heard it was close to $1,100.
I don't know if it was that much. YouTube takes a pretty big chunk.
You spent it all on beef jerky, I heard.
Yes, Raising Cane's.
Is Blue Diamond here?
I don't know if I've seen her.
Want to say hello to Carol H. Good to see Carol H. here. Hello, Barbara Buffalo, Georgie Pullstick, Texas to the Grizzan. Mean Green is over here. Harry Balls. Let's see who else is here. Adele with her huge tits and meat bags.
Yeah, she's over here. A lot of other news, including this situation
Diamond.
down in Garden Grove. Got evacuating people because there was some kind of toxic waste thing down there.
Cheryl DeTillo, speaking of the toxic waste, somebody told me she got a huge fat crack rock today. Thank you.
Always bringing up Cheryl with the crack rocks. I thought this would be a little bit faster process, but I guess not. I guess this is what happens when you call one of the largest hotels in the world.
Knicks win.
Yeah, did that UFL game go over the total last night? Because they were kicking field goals at the end. I don't know if it was 46.
Yeah, I don't believe it did. I did not have it though.
Well, we could juggling a few things here at one time. Just give us another minute here. And hopefully they'll bring us up. Yeah, what did you think about that idea about that professional podcast place for the Mr. X? Here we go.
Expensive. You ain't got no money.
Here we go.
Thank you for calling MGM Grand Room Reservations. My name's Aries. How can I assist you?
Hey, I got a quick question for you. I was thinking about booking something for maybe around this time next year, coming into the country and so forth. I just wanted to double check something to see if something's accurate or not. I'm reading some reports that say that all the buffets are closing down this time next year. Does that sound right?
I've heard the same thing. We haven't released official statements as for what buffets are closing when. We did just close the MGM Grand buffet.
Yeah, that one.
I have heard.
Yeah, that one sucked. I almost got in a fight with some old lady there one time years ago. But I mean, no offense to you or anything, but that one really sucked. And then there's a lot of families and undesirables at the Excalibur one, but they're going to be all gone.
As far as I know, it is a possibility.
Fuck. So I got to go over to Caesars.
So I can't speak on what may or may not happen. We haven't put out any official statements that the Bellagio buffet is closing, so I don't know for sure.
Okay, what about
but that would
Copperfield?
be
Did you guys
the
get rid of
only-
him? Did you get rid of Copperfield yet? Because, I mean, he was...
Our-
people are falling down and getting
relationship-
hurt, and he was getting arrested for hiding money. I mean, hopefully he's gone, right?
Our relationship with Copperfield has ended. It ended at the end of last month.
Good. I think his relationship with the IRS ended a long time ago too. All right. So what are we talking about let's say this time in a year from now? I mean, is it too far to book out from there or no?
It is. Yeah. So generally speaking, we only book about 10 months in advance.
Okay. Now, I mean, there's no reason that the MGM Grand is and all these other places are taking buffets away, are there?
So they're not as high demand as they used to be. I have went to a few buffets over the last 6 months, and they're not that busy.
Somebody's telling me that they're trying to keep the Hispanics out. Is that true or no?
So all I can advise you is they're not as busy as they used to be.
Yeah, because all the kids are coming in. I mean, they're not probably, you sound like you're around my age. They're probably not our age. They don't want to have a good time. You know, I used to go to buffets in Vegas at like 10 p.m. at night. And then I'd go get a hooker.
Me too.
Oh, you got a hooker too?
No, not that.
Oh, okay. Well, let me think about this. You're a very nice lady. What's your name in case I call back? You know, I'd like to drop you a tip when I come in there.
Oh, you're so sweet. My name is Aries. I'm in the contact center, though, so I'm not actually on property. And chances of you getting a hold of me again is pretty slim. But
Aries is the
hopefully we do
contact center
something.
in Vegas?
It is. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I wonder if, like, I go to Biloxi every so often. What about the Beau Rivage? Are they gonna? That's MGM. They gonna close that too?
I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know anything about any of our other properties. I only work for the Las Vegas locations.
Fuck. Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, my pleasure. I do want to thank you for calling MGM Grand. We look forward to seeing you.
I love you.
God, you're so fucking
You
creepy.
like my work?
God, you're so creepy.
There you go. The Mr. X.
creepy bastard you are.
Bob Farrell says it's fake news. How is that fake news? I hope it's fake. I hope it's I'm hoping the information that I am getting via Vital Vegas is incorrect.
Well, there's a lot of people that are concerned about Bob over the last 48 hours, and I for one would like Bob to come up on the show at some point tonight. Is there any way he could come up as the chat begins to swell over here, Mr. X? Because there are some people that are saying that they're questioning Bob's loyalty right now.
Well, yeah. Let me see if I can find. I mean, I gotta. Let's just
want
see
me
what
to
he
put it
said
in the
first.
chat.
Not really. not on YouTube. You know. By the way, Johnny Yarbrough is going live tomorrow at 6 p.m. I see he's already got it set up. I did talk to him tonight before his show or before this show. I always forget what Bob's. He used to have like Richard Cranium and then some other one. I think it's like Keg or something, or Keg. I don't fucking know, and I can't even find it. But Bob did have a thing, and I for some reason I can't find his thing now that I'm looking for it.
I got it. I'll email to him.
Okay, you find it.
It's like
where he didn't like last night's show. He didn't like your show last night. He said he was grossed out. How can anybody send money? Now, I sent a few dollars.
He said, how can anybody send money? To who?
To Janelle.
I don't think Janelle. I kind of got some of the tallies of the numbers. I mean, it wasn't like she made a lot of money.
Yeah, well, I probably sent her more than you did. It wasn't even my show.
I sent her 6, 3 and 3.
Oh, I sent her 544, so you beat me.
All right, hold on. Bob is calling now. Hey, Bob, I'm going to email you the link.
Yeah, email it to him.
All right, here it comes.
Oh, well, that was fast. Anyway, so I got some other news, bunch of other little things that I wanted to get to, but Bob could call, and I'm curious to see what he says to everybody. By the way, hello to everybody. I don't want to do the Eric Foss thing where I say hello to every single person. You know who you are, and you know why you're here. But yeah, I haven't done a YouTube show, Jim, since May 5th, so getting pretty close to 3 weeks. Pretty long time to not do that. I also wanted to mention before Bob comes up here that I did see the movie The Bride last night.
Yay.
And yeah, it is. It's fucking pretentious as fuck. So obviously, it's not as good as the Frankenstein movie, the Guillermo del Toro one. It's not even close. I mean, the girl who plays the bride, she's phenomenal. I guess she won an Oscar for Hamnet, like Hamlet, but Hamnet.
I sent it, Bob.
She's an unbelievable actress, but I tell you what, I mean, there's dancing in it. It's in the 1930s. Don't forget Frankenstein's in like the 1820s, but Frankenstein's like 100 years older now, and he's never had sex, and he's never been with a woman. So he goes to a female doctor who had written a bunch of books and is a medical doctor too, and he wants her to make her a bride. So she does. They find a person, and the bride's crazy, and got a bunch of different personalities. And the girl who plays her, I mean, for what it is, it's phenomenal. Now, Maggie Gyllenhaal directed it. I like her as a director. I think she's pretty good. But, the other part of it was then they had, what's that, Penelope Cruz? There was a thing where she was like so you got the bride, a female detective going and finding them, and like none of the men were listening.
How can you have the bride of Frankenstein and no Frankenstein?
Christian Bale's Frankenstein.
Oh my God. They're fucking singing and dancing.
And they're singing and fucking dancing in it. And there's parts where the bride of Frankenstein is like, has Mary Shelley, who wrote Frankenstein, like channeling her. And she starts going into these different accents and all that. Like I said, the girl, she's a fucking hell of an actress. I mean, so is Christian Bale, but it was very pretentious. I like what the director did, but I just don't like the material as much. I mean, who the fuck? I mean, I do Samurai Priest. They're doing
it had to do horrible.
It didn't do very well because the other one is a straightforward movie. I don't know. It just wasn't for me. You know what's for me? This weekend I'm going to go see The Mandalorian and Grogu. That's for the Mr. X. That's what I like. I forgot to tell you this. When I was talking to the attorney over at San Diego Comic-Con, getting the evidence, and we'll get to that in a second, I told him, I said, there's an idiot out there named Fumblenuts. And when you guys had that thing in 2025 with the big, well, they didn't have it, but any giant convention or Super Bowl, there's always like sex trafficking or whatever involved. And Fumble Nuts say, that's his people. Fucking idiot. I told the attorney that. He started laughing.
There's some confusion about the yellow pages of haters, the phone book of haters that Johnny and PZ are working on. So Johnny and PZ, for the 1.5 to 2 years that they were working with the haters, they compiled phone numbers on Classy Colt, Danielle, Ruben Sanchez.
Nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me.
They compiled a phone book, and I guess they're putting it all together. I did not request it. You did not request it.
Nope.
And Fumble Nuts was going crazy, I guess, saying that, they're giving it to us. I think they're going to put it out there publicly for anybody.
I don't want it. I'm not asking for it. I don't want it. I don't want anybody sending it to me. Let me just do this.
Point being,
I guess Harry Balls is not a big fan of ours.
I don't know who that is.
They just got rid of him, saying that you and Jim are effing lowlives, taking advantage of simpletons and making them eat out of a toilet. Let me tell you this, Harry Balls 8367. Number one, that was Crab Legs Friday. It's Jim's show, so let me blame Jim a little bit. Number two, if you listen to XNN, I wasn't 100% on board with it, and if it wasn't for Jim, that would have gone. If it was up to me, it would have gone behind the paywall, and your dumbass would have never been able to watch it. So you're welcome. And here's the thing. Janelle graduated high school. Don't play the video. You don't play the one because we're on YouTube. You know what I'm talking about. She graduated high school. I mean, fucking, what's his name? Cheese graduated high school. And his son just graduated high school. Fumble Nuts didn't graduate high school. These aren't simpletons. They come on shows because they've realized, they come on Jim's show because they realize if they do entertainment and they do fun stuff, they can make some money. We've been on here for 4 years, Harry Balls, and that's something Jim's wanted to do for 4 years.
And we've done it back to the fruition last week. Let me also state this, okay? And this is very, very evident. They don't like it, but they all watched it. They could act like they didn't see it. They could act like they Watcher of Crazy watched it. Cluckers watches it. Cut and Shoot watches it. I mean, where are the numbers coming from? And I'm interested to see what the numbers are for that show.
I will have to look into it. Yeah, I have not looked into it yet.
But here's the thing.
I did send it to you, so thank you. But, I mean, I look at it like this.
Bob, come up.
It's funny that ever since that Michelle thing and the Christine thing, it's like their new little angle. And let me just say this. Speaking of angles and lawsuits, Bette Hayward, Danielle, grab this at the 31-minute and 30-second mark of the show. And this could go to anybody. And I don't think we need it. But I want to make a public statement. If you have anything that could potentially help our case, and again, I don't think we need it. Confluence emailing you, asking you to send something and this and that, because I know all of you have had fallings out with her. And we got enough stuff. The case isn't about her, but if you have anything, you don't have to deal with Jim. You could call the Mr. X, and you see the phone number above, 310-741-0845, off air. You got my word, it's not going to be recorded. Or if you want to email me something, jimterrytvgifts@gmail.com. And here's the great thing. They have asked, and Bob's coming up here in a second. Give me 1 second. They have asked for it to be sealed. So if Bette Hayward sent me a lot of documentation, it's going to be sealed, right? That's what they want. I don't care if it's sealed or not sealed. It doesn't really matter to me either way.
I don't understand how anything can be sealed if the proceedings are publicly on the internet.
Well, that's what my attorney said, and a lot of the things that they have quote unquote sealed have been in the public sector for a long time. They're like sections of shows and stuff like that. So sections of shows that I'm not even on. So I mean, it's kind of silly. Let the judge dot the I's, cross the T's, have everything go through merit, and then we'll deal with it when we got to deal with it later. Speaking of dealing with people, here's Bob. I'm glad Bob's here. We like everybody's opinion, even if it's not positive. We'll listen to anybody. Bob, what's up?
Hey, X, how are you?
It's good. What do you think about this Vegas buffet?
I know. I've been watching that one guy out there that does goes to all the buffets and the ladies and listen to them talking about them. I tell you, Vegas, they've screwed themselves.
What about South Point and Texas Station and the Boulder? And how about all those? Do they all still have a Mr. X? The ones off the strip?
Yes, and they're not MGM; they're their own thing. So, yes,
right. South Point's owned by just one guy. I did see the buffet at the M Casino.
Yeah,
it's $100 per person.
See, that's ridiculous.
You ever heard the story about the M buffet? Can I tell this story real quick? I mean, it's public news.
This is my panel right now, so
go
ahead.
I got to tell this story. There's this famous story, and I know we've talked about it at least once over the last 4 years.
This isn't the one with
some
Lenny,
guy. Huh? Who? No.
Oh.
No. This is in the news. You could look this up. There was a guy. No, that's the buffet that was over by the Rio. So, anyways, who cares about Lenny? This guy wins a lifetime buffet pass. He can go up to 3 times a day. He won some kind of drawing, and he could go for a lifetime. Years ago, it's like 10 or 15 years ago. So he starts going into the M buffet, which I have been to that buffet, and you're right, it is a good buffet, or at least it was. I don't know what it's like now. And he started hitting on some waitress and getting real creepy. I swear to God, it's like in the Las Vegas Review Journal. You can look it up. The story was huge news when it happened. So he started going to the buffet all the time and acting creepy towards this really hot waitress. And they said, listen, you're banned from the buffet. You're out of here. And they banned him. So what he tried to do is he put together some kind of confluence bullshit thing and tried to sue. And guess what? He lost. Just like Confluence lost in Coronado. And what happened is after he did the lawsuit, he went into that buffet with a little something in his hand and unalived himself in front of everybody in that buffet. Fucking ridiculous. Have you ever heard this or no? That's the story. Yep. He unalived himself at the buffet. Well, that day I was there and I didn't eat any of the ceviche because I didn't know what was in there.
I see Jim's on mute.
And that's enough joke. I mean, that's a true story, but yeah, I'll be at Wacko's next Thursday night. Anyways, Bob, okay, so what did you think about last night's show?
Well, I watched it quite late last night, and I thought it was fucking disgusting. And let me tell you, anybody that gave them money, what's wrong with you people? And you know what? If I wanted to be a real prick, I'd send a copy of that to fucking both places where they work. I'd send one to his ex-wife to show his ex-wife what a great dad he is. I mean, that should have never been open to the public. That's my opinion.
Well, that was what I would, not because of the content, because of I just wanted to give something special to our audience. But I mean, hey, it's Jim's show. He could decide what he wants to do and say and show what he wants to show. But isn't it positive? And let me go, because I'm on your side. I agree with you. But at least they're working for some money. I mean, isn't that positive? They're doing something to get money, and they got jobs.
Yeah, they're working for money, but I don't call that work. I think that's fucking gross.
It's gross. Yeah, I agree. But I mean, they got jobs. They both have jobs allegedly. I mean, I don't know. And they got a place to live. And people are asking me if that was actually the dirty toilet. I have no idea. I was not involved in that production. I don't know. With Janelle, you never do know.
All right, I'm back. All right, so Bob, no, I'm sorry if you started this without me. I had to go pee.
Yeah.
Bob, did you watch the episode last night at all?
When I got home, Jim. When I got home.
And Janelle is here too.
Tell everybody what you witnessed.
I thought it was fucking absolutely gross to see the toilet full of shit water.
Whoa, wait a minute. There's a lot of people here that did not see it, Bob. Tell us what you. So you came home from. First of all, how was your back at poker? Were you able to make it through?
Oh yeah, last night I had a good night last night, all around. And like I said, I came home, and when I saw that fucking disgusting shit water, and then all them fucking hot dogs, I'm sorry, it made me fucking sick. It really did. And then to see them fucking tits on that on Jonelle, my God, give it up, Janelle.
All right, well, hold on, you're getting ahead of yourself. So last night Jonelle attempted to beat Cheese's record eating hot dogs out of not eating hot dogs, but bobbing hot dogs out of a toilet. She can't count to 10, so there was only 8. She did it, and she beat the record in by almost 40 seconds. So
well, give her the fucking award.
What happened was the hot dogs were placed in the water. There was some diarrhea remnants in there, and she attempted to bob them out. She got one time out. She was able to do it, but as a special bonus, via Bob's request and some other people, she actually did it topless. And Bob explained. So you come home, Bob, and you see her getting into that toilet, getting the hot dogs, head in the bowl, the feces, the whole 9, and those fucking gorilla meatbag tits, the scars all over her body, the eczema, the fucking dry skin, the nipples that were fucking pulled under. Bob, tell me exactly what you saw.
Jim, how can you get turned on by watching that shit? I know you love it, but Jesus Christ, you're a sick fuck. I'm sorry to say, but I came home. I'm always hungry when I get home.
Yeah.
God damn it, I couldn't even eat last night.
Now, what grosses you out the most about it?
Even the thought of somebody bobbing for a hot dog out of a fucking filthy toilet bowl.
Now, there is a new poll going on, Bob, right now. The poll is, did you like the bobbing for hot dogs on Crab Legs 131 last night? 1 yes, 2 no.
No, on either show, I thought it was fucking outrageous.
Now, Bob, if it was somebody else, Rainbow Melon or something, would you have?
Well, I would have rather have seen Candace Cooley doing it.
How do you think they're able to do that?
Who, without throwing up? I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, Bob, I'm gagging watching it.
I don't know, Jim. I don't know. But anyway, Huff and Puff tonight was $500 to me. I played that tonight on MGM Bet Casino. So,
you won 500 playing Huff and Puff?
Yeah, I wrote that to you before. I guess you didn't see it.
I haven't been back to your page.
Talk about it. I didn't want to steal your thunder. Yeah, Bob. Now, Bob, when you're playing that online, are you accruing points for the hotel?
Money. No, money. No, they don't give you nothing playing online.
So when you're playing online, you're not getting points on your player's card?
No, I was betting $8 a pull, and but other than that, I just think it's gross, and I don't want to stay up here too long because I know X likes his.
No, go ahead. I mean, we want you up here.
Now, Bob. Did you discuss it behind the scenes with anybody?
No, Jim. I don't talk to anybody. I did watch Watcher of Crazy show before.
There's been some reports. There's been some weird reports on there. What was that show about?
Eric Foss. She cursed him out up and down, and she, now she hates Eric. I mean, when he was in jail, she wanted to be his hero. What a shame. I mean, I like Eric. I at first I really didn't because of what he did to Bellevue, but I kind of like Eric now. I mean, I've got to know him a little bit better, and that fucking guy knows what he's talking about.
On the show, did she mention the fact that Bette Hayward and all them were going? I mean, Bette Hayward and Lefty on their show last night went after Fumble Nuts hard. She even said that the 4 people over there, and I don't know who the 4 people are. I'm going to assume it's Watcher, Crazy, Fumble Nuts, maybe Ambi, and somebody else are worse than me. Did she? I mean, she's kind of in the middle here. She's either going to have to stay with Fumble Nuts or all those people. I mean, Bette Hayward is actually agreeing with us now. And by the way, we didn't say anything that wasn't true. We talked about laying pipe and everything that she's admitting now. We talked about that 2 years ago. But what did Watcher say about Bette and Bette saying the stuff she's saying?
Jim, I kind of just skimmed through her show. I never really watched every second of it, but
Been taken down, I think, since.
good. That's really all I want to comment. That she really has it in now for Eric. And then Twin Mama, she put up a pair of underwear that she made in cement. Oh my God, that fucking woman's sick too.
Why?
Well, she did it, you know, she did. I don't know what she's trying to prove. I guess she's looking for a hobby. Well, you know, get out and get a fucking job. That'll be a hobby. But anyway, that's about all. And now, Jim, I don't talk to nobody. You should know that fucking by now.
Now,
Yeah.
Bob, I did send, you know, I felt, you know, like it was necessary, but I did send both shows, even though they weren't my shows, money to Janelle.
Well, I would ask for a fucking refund.
Well, I mean, she provided content, and I look at, you know, it's not even content for me, but just overall for the OTT. It's something Jim wanted for 4 years. And, you know, they both did it, and I thought that was probably the least I could do.
Yeah, but again,
Why
there's
do
so
you
many.
think that shows are so highly viewed?
The who shows? Janelle's?
No. The shows that are back. I don't know what the show last night did. I know there's a lot of new people that were there because they heard about the week before. But
I'll
the
look
show
it up.
before Blue Foss was away. The numbers are massive. Why do you think that is?
Well, because they don't really get to see you guys that much because you are behind a paywall. But, you know, what is wrong with Jonelle? Does she not want to keep a fucking job? Because I'll tell you, if I was a real hater, I would fucking find out where she works.
Yeah.
And I would send Cheese Whiz, his family, and copies of that and make his family real proud of him. I'm wondering what his son would think about that, or his daughter.
Well, Bob, I'm glad you brought that up. I have a little surprise for everybody. Next Friday, Crab Leg Friday, 1:32, Cheese's son will be on the show live, bobbing hot dogs, attempting to beat Jonelle and his dad's. He's 18 years old, guys. He needs money for college. This is happening.
No, well, I'll be at poker. Thank you very much. But I do want to say hi to everybody in the chat room. It's good to see everybody. And I'm going to drop down so you guys can continue to talk. But
So
thanks.
I'm going to say, you asked the question. I did look it up,
Yeah.
and it does say that it's probably, I would say, 30% less. Last night's 30% less. Crab Legs Friday 131 is 30% less than Crab Legs Friday 130.
So it's 2,400.
Something like that. You know, let's just say that Crab Legs Friday 130 is 3,000. This would be like 2,000. You know, and it's more than that, but I'm just using it as an example.
I know X likes that, you know, I can come up here, but Jim, when you do your shows, I feel more comfortable when you're in charge. Just I do, and I don't want to. I just.
I don't mind. I'm not saying anything. I'm just listening.
All right, like I say, just tell me X if you want me to get the fuck off.
No. I mean, that's for XNN where, you know, like I knew that, like, for example, Friday I only got about maybe 2 hours max, and I got to get through a bunch of things. And ironically, XNN on Friday was longer than Crab Legs Friday by about 10 minutes. But, you know, if I got to get through 20 things, and I've researched, I'm like, okay, well, how am I going to give somebody 15 minutes? Then there's like 5 things that I missed. But, you know, they're not always that important to get to everything.
Hold on, guys. I'm getting text messages. Jonelle is watching. I'm getting
yeah, she's been in the chat.
Yeah, I don't know. Hold on. Let me see what she's saying here, Bob. I think she's directing this at you. I'm not in the chat.
Donkey Dick wants me to rate the rack. What rack? They're fucking torpedoes.
It says,
I couldn't even see a nipple.
If you guys don't believe anything I say, then why bother having me around? I know the why, because I'm good content. I heard what X said that pissed me off. I'm not hitting no links. I'm good and so done. That just pissed me off the way off. What is she talking about? What'd you say?
I don't know. I never provided anybody a link. The only person I provided a link was Texas Grandy to send to Bob. I've never asked anybody else to come up. So
no, she says she's not hitting a link. She said you said something that pissed her off.
Yeah, here's what I said about that show, and I said it on XNN beforehand, that I think that show, that section of that show, should have been behind the paywall. Like, as soon as we go to it, just like when WrestleMania gets to the main matches, it's on ESPN at first for free, then it goes behind, and you got to pay for ESPN Unlimited. And a lot of our people do pay for it, you know. Now, if they catch it on the replay, they're, it's not public now. But yeah, I mean, Janelle's working. I said a lot of nice things about Janelle and Cheese and how her life's getting better. I thought it was gross. I don't know if that poop thing is real. People are asking me questions, Janelle. Janelle, you and Confluence are going to have to realize that if I'm on a show and somebody asks me questions, I'm allowed to respond to them. That's not harassment. That's called a response.
Jim,
I don't understand. Go ahead,
your
Bob.
best shows, Jim, were like when you had the alligator on, when you had the dogs on, stuff like that. People want to see. They don't want to see fucking shit in the toilet bowl.
Let me. What people are telling you this? I mean, why? Who's telling you this? Why do you say that?
Because when I go around and watch other people's shows, I read what's in the comments and you learn that way by reading this shit. But those were the good shows with the alligator, that guy, and when Stippy shaves her head or something like that. That stuff is good entertainment. But this is not entertainment. I'm sorry.
And Jim, if you look at the bottom left-hand corner, the people who have voted are voting no.
No, what?
Did you like bobbing for hot dogs on Crab Legs Friday 131 last night? Number 1 says yes if you liked it. Number 2 says no. 86% say no. Not a ton of votes.
But I don't doubt that. Why are the numbers so massive? I mean, we're on every Friday. People have a chance to see us every Friday. It's not like it was the first Friday we were on forever. What's the deal?
Well, I think part of this. Go ahead. I know the answer, but go ahead.
I just wanted to thank Tennessee Gambler for agreeing with me tonight with my.
He's here, yeah.
Yeah, with my comments. I appreciate that. But
I saw Tennessee Gambler, saw Kathy. I saw a lot of people, so I didn't get to say hi to everybody. But what's up? There he is. There's Tennessee Gambler.
But really, Jim, find people that have something really better to offer than fucking bobbing for hot dogs.
One thing, though, I got to stick up for Jim on this is, we are doing 5 shows a week. And Janelle is interesting and Cheese is interesting. And, you get why the iron's hot. If only 2 weeks in a row, you get an opportunity to do that after 4 years. Well, I see it. I mean, that's a lot to do 5 shows a week. I mean, that's not including doing this or going on Johnny's or anybody else's show. I popped up on Janelle's show to say hello to her the other day, So I don't know. Now, you asked the question earlier, Bob, why, or the numbers. Jim asked the question, why the numbers are up. I've been doing a little work behind the scenes to have this become more available and seen widely more on Roku. And partially what I believe after 131 episodes, don't forget there's 410 Mr. X News networks. There's a shitload, 100, 200 plus of Jim Terry TV, yada, yada. Just on the OTT, I think more people are seeing it that aren't part of this community at all. And they're like, what the fuck? So, and that's why I'm personally thinking about doing a Joe Rogan style podcast where it looks like I'm in a newsroom once a month. I'm thinking about it.
Here's, and I don't disagree with Bob and all that. First of all, there is a lot of people that don't like Jonelle. So, I mean, a shitload of people that don't like Jonelle. I mean, Bob, you don't really like Jonelle, do you?
No, not at all. Ever since she let her mother's fucking ashes get thrown away, that bothered me big time.
Right. And Rizman, and there's a lot of reasons people don't
Tennessee
like
Gambler doesn't like
Tennessee Gambler, yeah. The hardworking people, and look at the people that Tennessee Gambler, Rizman, people like Bob, they're not into it, right? They're just, they look at her and they're like, this is what's wrong with America. The hometown, she did hit a vein here in the last 2-3 weeks. She's been working. They're in that hotel. From what I understand, yesterday they paid for a whole month. Not that it's earth-shattering, but it's light years away from the move to Arizona. I mean, I was wrong. I thought this was going to end in prison or so she's done better.
She is live right now with some kind of response in front of 4 people, and I guess Hullabaloo is over there too in her chat. I don't know what she's saying.
Yeah, I mean, she could have called me. I think when you do that, I think part of I think part of it. So I asked you, Bob, why do you think her and Cheese would do that? Does anybody have an answer?
Because they're both not mentally stable. I mean, nobody in their right mind would ever do that, really. I mean, Cheese. I mean, he was married.
See, now you sound like Shack Lady. Shack Lady was saying that they're both retards.
Well, now don't compare me to that fucking bitch.
Well, but that's what she was saying. She said that they were handicapped. That's what she posted that on my YouTube.
I don't think they're handicapped. That they're not. That's ridiculous.
No, but I mean, what kind of I don't know. I can't think of the word right now that I want to use. I mean, I don't know. It's just plain gross.
Right.
Especially that.
Now, Bob, if it was, is it part of the reason you're so turned off about it is because of who it is, though, right?
Yeah, it's because of Janelle. I mean, she has no self, maybe confidence or self. I don't know. I mean, she takes her clothes off.
Self-respect.
Yeah, that's probably what the word I wanted, self-respect.
If I told you we were going to do the hot dog challenge again in a couple of months, and the person that was going to do it was going to be Johnny, would it offend you as much?
I wouldn't watch it, Jim, because I would want to see Johnny naked.
Well, that was a bonus.
Oh.
Yeah,
I wasn't even expecting that.
Like that idiot Levi guy. I mean, really.
That was great.
What is wrong with you to go do jumping jacks naked? I mean,
I agree, Bob. I
listen to
this all the time.
I'm so glad that Kenny Hines didn't do it because, I mean, what self-respect do you have of your body?
Well, I mean, I agree with you, but I'm always going to stick up with somebody who's the creator in this and that. Poor taste is not a crime.
Well,
poor taste or ridiculousness or this or that is not a crime. I mean, like
I think a lot of it, Mr. X, a lot of it is because people are. Jonelle is they are just turned off by her because it's been such a long, drawn-out saga. You know what I mean? Now, let me ask you this. And I'm serious about this, Bob. If it was Marzi that did it, would that be different?
No, I'm sorry. I'm just not into that type of stuff. I mean,
so you asked me how I get off on this, and let me be very honest. I don't get off on the poo-poo or the, whatever. I'll tell you what I like. What's going on right now. Your reaction to it is what fuels me. Oh my God, you sick fuck! I can't watch it. But you are feeding into the reason I'm doing this. So
I'm honest, Jim. I tell the truth, exactly how I feel. And
if you told me I didn't watch a second of it, I won't watch it. But you didn't say that. You said I watched it and it made me turn the channel. See, that is the reaction. I'm like a comedian that likes to go in front of the crowd and say something and not get a laugh just so it's silent. You are doing for me what this is the payoff.
Well, I do have a cash app.
Oh, what is it?
Well, and I don't mean financially, Bob. Like I like this. Like when Shack Lady said, "This is illegal. Those are compromised adults." Meanwhile, they got more education than her kids. That made me feel good. It's not the act or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, okay, let me ask you this. What about if Johnny took a shit in his cat's litter box?
I think that's gross too. I just hope that Johnny will never do any of those type things.
Oh, Johnny's going to do that. That is my dream. That is one of the last ones on it. And we'll get somebody to do it.
My dream is to see.
I'm going to have my psychiatrist call you, Jim, next week.
But it's the reaction, Mr. X. Do you understand? It's almost like Andy Kaufman.
I mean, I can understand negative attention, certainly, but you have your dreams. My one, we talked about Danielle and then the fact that her mom had some like 7-pound tumor. I wanted to see that be exploded with like an M80. Like somebody gets a tumor and somebody puts like a giant bottle rocket on it or something that goes up like 150 feet.
Or I'll tell you what.
That's not that gross.
Or if they took the tumor and they put it in one of those fish tanks of them fish that eat meat.
Yeah. Like a piranha or something.
Yeah, and listen, I check back. Y'all have a good one. So what is Tennessee Gambler saying? I mean, I'd like to hear from Tennessee Gambler. I'd like you to call in and tell us what you thought real quick. I see this feeds it. I need to hear your reaction.
I got another idea, Jim, that I think that, somebody like a Georgie Pool Stick, we don't have to show his face. He could just be he gets the tumor. Somehow we mail it to him, get it to him. I don't know how that would work. And then he goes into a bowling alley and bowls it down, down the aisle. Something like that. I mean, to me, that's fun.
Tennessee Gambler, what did you think? Did you watch it, Tennessee Gambler? Did you see it?
We got a lot of XNN fans in here. I told you, Jeff. I told you.
Grandy, you didn't have to do that, Grandy. I don't really need people's money. I just say that to bust balls.
And Rizman, I'd like to get your thoughts on it. My phones are open, but so are Mr. X's.
Rizman said something real interesting last night.
What? He was into it. He loved the titties.
No, he's not into it.
I heard he said those were some of the best tits he's ever seen. That's what I heard.
He said that the statute of limitations is still open on the situation there.
What situation?
Cheese and Janelle's, encounter at a younger age. Fumble nuts level encounter. That's what Rizman said.
You mean when Cheese banged her, he was 24 and she was 16? That's still on the books?
Yeah, I don't think that's that ever goes off the books. I mean, Rizman is got the law enforcement experience that I don't, so you'd have to ask him.
I thought they couldn't get Bill Cosby for a lot of this stuff. Oh, because she was underage?
Yes. I mean, of course, I'm not, campaigning for any arrest. I like Cheese. I don't like, the act. I don't like the fumble nuts level act that he did, but I mean, it's whatever. I mean, they were both. Yeah, I can't sign off on one and not sign. I don't like either of them. I'll be honest with you. No statute on those charges. Georgie Pool Stick's not a cop.
Wow, I didn't know that, Bob. Did you?
No. And I wonder how Kurt Wadsworth's doing.
Yeah, that's see, you know what? That I thought that would go further. Nobody's talked about that. I mean, that's 3 years ago, that would have been the biggest story in the community. I couldn't get people to even regurgitate it.
Did you hear Danielle last night on Lefty's show?
It was hard for me to hear the audio on that show. I didn't know she came up. What did she have to say?
Oh, she just said her son's now a legal adult, and I guess he graduated high school, and she feels like she's young again, and she's going to try to do something with her life.
She couldn't wait to get rid of that kid.
Yeah, because she was so there as a mother for him. Like she was at PTA meetings and shit. Like her life was so encompassed in that kid. He did no extracurriculars. He wasn't involved in any sports. His grades, from what we were told by the people that were around him, were horrible. The kid had been better off.
I don't know anything about that.
So is he going to a community college, or what's he going to do now that he graduated?
She didn't say what he was going to do, but now she says she feels free. I don't know free or what, but she's free.
Yeah, I mean, she used to fuck in the same room he was in. I mean,
I know my mom always is excited to have me around and always want me around, but I don't know. But Jim, real quick, going back to the Kurt Wadsworth thing before I forget about it. Yeah. I made this banger Canva and nobody even mentioned it. It's called, this is the Kurt Wadsworth show. It's called In the Trailer. And you see a car pulling up, you see the IBC totes, and you see through some curtains 2 men's ever so close. Now, these 2 men's are clothed, so don't get any ideas. But I made that thing, and nobody even said nothing. So yeah, people don't care about Kurt Wadsworth. There you go.
Now,
all right, guys, I'm going to drop down because I'm hungry
Bob,
now.
Hold on a second. So, is there anything? I mean, so you think that? Let me ask you this. So why do you think Jonelle and Cheese are able to do that without being sick, though, or anything, without gagging? I mean, I was gagging watching it. What do you think they get out of it, Bob, other than $40 here or there?
That's a good question. I don't know what they get out of it, but they're both sick fucks.
See, that's what I'm looking for.
And thank you for having me.
That's what I'm looking for, Bob.
Thank you guys for having me up. Good night.
Thank you. Good night. Get out of here. Bob's just getting old.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sometimes this mic, I think I gotta get a new mic. But anyway, yeah, Bob went real corporate. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, Bob, the only thing that would have been better is to have Bob on the panel when that's going on. Here, I think of Bob sitting in that chair and watching that, and here's what he's saying. So it's on, and if there was a camera on Bob and he didn't know, he'd be like this, look at these sick fucks. What a fucking loser. Sick fucks. Go to Jonelle's channel and see what she's talking about. I'd like to see it.
Give me a second here.
I'm getting messages that a couple of people are over there. I mean, I don't know why Jonelle would be offended at me.
I don't know. Yeah, it's already over. It was 5 minutes and 35 seconds.
Yeah, I'd like to push through a few minutes of it. Some other people have asked me. Yeah, Bob. But Bob, it would entertain me more to see your response to it and you watching it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm not trying to offend Janelle. I'm not upset at her. I mean, I think I'm one of the few people that sent her money.
That's what I want to see.
Okay. And, I had my opinions about the show. It had nothing to do with her. In fact, she was asking me backstage, do I have a problem with her being nude or anything like that? I said, no, it's not my show. It's not my decision. It's not, my what I'm saying has to do with the OTT full access subscribers, not you or you doing this bit. Now, I do agree with you, Jim. Number one, I think that there's just frankly people who don't like Janelle. It just is what it is. Number two, the shit water took it another level. Now, I don't know if she did a bit and put Coca-Cola in there. I don't know. I'm not privy to that. I don't want to know. But, I think that's, it is what it is. And then the other thing is, she didn't really have to have her titties draped over the toilet bowl either. But I guess sometimes when you bake a cake, you put a cherry on top. That's just, I'm always, whoever's creating the content, I'm always going to stick up for them if it's something that original, even if I don't agree with how it's being presented or how it's being distributed or whatever. Like that's your idea. You're welcome to do that. Don't sue me over it. I didn't do nothing. Yeah. Thank the Mr. X with this. By the way, since we're thanking people, let's bring it up real quick. Mean Green coming in, $4. Super sticker for the Mr. X. Thank you. Texas Granny, there she is. Not today. Is she in a wheelchair? Oh, it's a rocking chair. Okay. Very nice picture. Thank you to both of those women for coming in. Nice, very nice ladies. Well, let's see what this is. Maybe I can put it on fast forward a little bit. I
just want to see. I don't understand what the issue is, so let's hear it.
Yeah, I really hate shows that replay other shows, but this is based off of our original content. Your original.
I want to know what her beef is. I don't understand it, and she wouldn't come here to do it.
Hello, good evening. How is everybody? I hope y'all are having a good night. I just wanted to do this quick live because I was just over there. This show is probably going to cause a little bit of an issue, but.
So she's saying the issue. I don't have any issue. If she asked for a link in the chat here, the show, I didn't see it, Janelle, if that's what you're about to say.
I really don't give a fuck. I have to say my piece and then I am out of here. I had a really good time on Jim and X's show last night.
Jim's show, Crab Legs Friday, not the Mr. X.
And then I heard, I dropped down and said hi to X in the chat. I heard what was being said, and that low-key pissed me off. I do have a job. I've been there for almost a month, and we've been in this room for almost a month.
Nobody said anything else. I think we were saying it's great.
Well, I think what it is, Mr. X, is that she believes, since she's got a job for the last 30 days, because they're in a hotel room, that I think she thinks she deserves more respect. She believes that she's right back even with everybody, I think is where this is going. When Jonelle's had a job for 17 months, then she's even. She believes that, she wants her respect, but go ahead.
Yeah, she got her form of respect from me when I showed up at her place and gave her groceries when nobody else would give her fucking anything when she was truly homeless. She got a respect every time she came on. We don't send cash apps to people very often. And, for coming up on your shows, your ideas, and I'm sending her money. Speaking of sending money, there's Georgie Pullstick in Canada.
Good.
Free cock rides, $1.49 Canadian, probably $1 US. But we'll take it. Thank you, Georgie.
All right, let's hear more of this.
Yeah.
and my job is what's paying for this room. And I have shown Jim proof that I have a job.
So real quick, I thought Cheese's $1,600 that he got for taxes was paying for that room.
You did.
I mean, you guys have only been in there for like a week or two, not a month.
So at this point, I just feel like you guys don't believe anything that I say. Then why bother having me around? If I bother keeping me around, because I know there's quite a few people in the community that don't like me, and that's fine. But last time I lied was when I said that Cheese had his own place when he actually did not, and Cheese did not put me up to lying about that. I did it on my own. And
well, now Janelle, I mean, I got to stop it here every so often. You did. Somebody lied about the reason you guys were kicked out of the homeless shelter. Okay. Now, it might have been Cheese, but you guys got kicked out of that homeless shelter because you were diddling each other in a break room, and you blamed it on us. So, even when you blamed it on us,
I don't understand. I still don't understand why she's upset with us. I don't get it.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's speaking of money and people coming in. Here's some other people coming in. Queen of Ossian. Thank you, Queen of Ossian, for not calling me buddy or dude or man. You know, I'd rather just take the super sticker. You know, not trying to match.
Miss Texas, you're a professional lady. You've got money. You've spent a lot. You've seen it all over here. Miss Texas, did you you could tell us in the chat, did you watch the Jonelle show?
I think she liked it, Jim. Here she has $20. She was in the chat last night. I mean, I don't know her. I don't want to speak for her, but
I'm asking her. I'd like to hear whether or not she liked it.
Okay. Well, there she is, $20. She comes in all the time. Very super nice lady. And speaking of blast from the past, there's Chanel with the Janet Jacksons. $5. Chanel, Natural Beauty 707. She's got the Janet Jacksons in. Janet Jackson wasn't in the Michael movie, though. Thank you to those 3 people that just came in. Everybody who came in. We'll get to super stickers and all that in a bit. Thank you, Chanel. So like I feel like I'm going in the past here. Times 20. Here we go.
I did that on my own is because I didn't want people to think badly of him. But to hear what I just heard over there, that really pissed me off, and I should not be surprised. So I'm done. I'm not going to keep doing this.
What did you hear? What did we do?
I don't know.
I didn't do nothing.
I'm good. It's just nonsense. They still don't believe anything that I say, and that's what it sounds like coming from him, and that's really, really disappointing. But it is what it is at this point. So,
you know what I think it is? I'm going to say it. They've done this 2 weeks in a row. They probably didn't even make as much as I just made from all these super.
Yeah, I think because I'm going to tell you what.
They made $30 or $40, and they know they're out. The one trick pony's over. They can't do anything else. And now they're going to say, you know what? Fuck it. We're done with you. You know, by the way, Georgie Poolstick coming in again.
Yeah, I heard, and I don't know, that the cheese toilet grossed $39.
Yeah.
I heard how much did you send in?
$5.44.
I heard last night was $11.
Well, no, because I know Queen of Ossian sent her something, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, what's Queen of Ossian sent? $2?
Well, I mean, hey, none of these people have to send. It's your show.
Right,
I mean,
you're telling me it's more. I'm telling you, Queen of Ossian has never sent anybody more than $3. So it's not like she said 60. I heard it was $39 for cheese, $11 for Jonelle. That's what I heard.
Well, hold on. So if you sent in 6 and I sent in 544 and Queen of Ossian sent
I made a mistake. I sent in 3.
Oh, so I sent more than you.
Yes.
Oh, then yeah, you're right. Blue Diamond is here. Blue Diamond, hope you're doing well. Hey, everybody made it. I'm late. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing. Chanel's here. Blue Diamond's here. It's old school. I'm glad you guys are all here. Thank you. Anyway. Well, it's old school and new school. Okay, we got a couple minutes more.
This is not a very fun life, but I should not have to keep proving over and over again that I have a job and that we are slowly but surely getting back on our feet. He's working, but he's not working a lot. He is trying to find another job so he can help a little bit.
Nobody's arguing that. Hold on. Yeah, nobody's arguing. We haven't even talked about that. Nobody is arguing that. We know you guys have jobs. We know you're in a hotel. What are you upset about? I don't get it.
Right. And somehow I'm the dick, even though you called the hotel and did the prank and did the bit. And the next thing you know, she's going to be filing a lawsuit on me, even though I had nothing to do with the show. Eric.
Yeah. Able to pay the rent with what I am making hourly along with the tips. Our rent went down because we chose to go monthly on here. And so instead of it being for there's something that was said on that show that I didn't like. That really pissed me off. So this is why I'm here. So Bob's on the panel and he's spouting off at the mouth, and X replied with something like, you know, you never know what you know. You know, he said something about me having a job and him having a job. You never know with Janelle.
That's right, Janelle, because frankly, and I'll stick with that. If that's what your problem, Janelle, frankly, you never know with Janelle. You have been exposed, and I don't dislike you as a person. You have been exposed,
Yeah,
Janelle,
she's been caught in lies.
as a liar. As a liar, going back to Freddy Krueger, going back to Cheese having a place, which he doesn't. A lot of the stuff about you in Las Vegas. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that you've lied about. What about when you went on a show recently and said that you guys got thrown out of the place because you came on to our show and did a bit and then blamed it on us? Now, later, yes, you apologized for that. But, like, I mean, what am I lying about here? What am I saying that's bad? I never said you didn't have a job. I'm happy for you guys, your relationship. I'm happy that you're doing well. Like, I don't want to see you be out by a garbage can. And I hate to throw this in your face, but I was the only motherfucker to send you food money when you were in that garbage can. I mean, really?
I think Mr. X, here's the thing. Jonelle pulled off an incredible stunt. So did Cheese. And I don't think the financial aspect of it was very good. It always comes back to that.
Well, and I understand that, but here's the reason. Right now, I'm going to just bring somebody out of the top of my head. If Chanel says, you know what, I want to play along, I'm going to bob for hot dogs. And I know she never would. Even though she hasn't been around long enough, I guarantee you she'd make $200 because she's not hated by these people.
Right.
And she hasn't lied to these people like Janelle has over and over and over again. So that has to do more with her.
Did it, yeah. If Texas Granny did it.
Yeah. If Barbara Buffalo did it. If Barbara Buffalo's daughter-in-law, which is not really her daughter-in-law, but that girl, you know, I mean, any one of them, somebody brand new.
She shaved his head, made $150 for his son. You know, I just don't think, you know, you're right.
So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think I've only done right by her, but at least she always knows where I stand. I'm not lying to her. I'm not asking her to do any of these bits. Even Jim, when I recorded her and when I dropped that food off, before I played that, I said, listen, I want to let you know what I did. Is that cool? And she said, yeah, of course. I don't care. I told her about it beforehand. I mean, here we go.
So I made it seem like that feels like I'm lying. Bob never liked me. I saw a comment that he made, and when X and Jim posted that picture of us with me holding the money, no, you dumb idiot. They were not in Vegas with me. I don't know if you got the memo, but I'm not in Vegas anymore. I'm in Arizona. I'm doing a lot better in Arizona than I ever did in Las Vegas. Yes, we were in a shelter here in Arizona for a while, but this shelter helped us out a lot more than any other shelter has. They got my documents back pretty quickly.
You know what I think, and it's just speculation. I think the reason she's doing better in Arizona is because, number one, she has Cheese and somebody to bounce off of. You have two people, 50-50. You can kind of split the bills and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And I'm sure there's a lot more transient people in Las Vegas than there are in the greater Phoenix area. So, and I'm sure Phoenix is probably that's all I'm going to say about that. But I don't want to sound like a jerk. But the thing is, I think Janelle may have potentially burned a lot of bridges in Vegas. I mean, don't forget, we talked about this at the beginning of the show. There's really only two major places to work with, Caesars and MGM. We know she had a job at MGM. She might have burned them. They could have said, fuck you, don't come back. We don't know. They got like 20 properties and they don't have any job she can do. Okay. They don't have 20, but you know what I mean.
Yes, it was sad that we got kicked out, but at the end of the day, everything happens for a reason. And I always try to look at the bright side of things. It made us get on our feet a little bit quicker, and it made me realize that
it forced you to get on your feet quicker. And I don't look at the bright side of things. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, Janelle. But here's what I'd say to you. You got kicked out because of what you did.
Right.
You know what I mean? It has nothing to do with anything. And Jim says, well, Mr. X, you got served. We're standing up to it. We'll see you there on the 9th. Nobody's hiding. And by the way, Fumble Nuts, nobody needs to show up in person when they live 200 miles away The attorney's not even there in person. Nobody needs to show up in person. It's not required. Why would you drive 400 miles round trip and pay for a hotel to go into a case where a guy's just going to continue and continue and continue it? You know what I mean? So anything that's happened to me, I stand up for, not like Leanne, who just hides and opts out. We show up to the gym. It could be professional athletics, movies. By the way, Jim, the movie Samurai Priest is on sale. Last time I checked, there was about 35 copies left through the weekend, Memorial Day weekend, the lowest price ever on the Blu-ray. But we show up. So what are you supposed to get some kind of cookie now, Janelle? Because you are doing like what most adults have been doing since their 20s, working? I mean, I'm starting to feel disrespected here a little bit.
To do better with my money a lot quicker because I don't want us to end up back in that situation. But last night was a lot of fun. But if you guys don't believe anything that I say, then why keep me around? I just don't understand that. And I think it's mainly because I'm good content. And
Janelle, I will answer this question for you. Jim can answer whenever he wants. You're not on Mr. XposeU. Well, you are right now. You are not on Mr. X News Network. I've never asked you to come over there. 410 shows, the most shows of any platform, because I do it 2 times a week, and I've only ever missed one day. I've never asked you to come over there. I don't recall asking you to come over there.
I still don't understand what her beef is. I don't get it.
I don't know, but I mean, here's the thing. You know, she's saying you're good content. Yeah, anybody is good content if they, slog hot dogs out of a toilet. Yeah, that's good content. Sure. But I'm not asking you to do that.
that's fine. They've always been there for me. So that's why I didn't mind. But it's at the point to where nothing pushes enough. So I just get Jim out. I just texted her. So I'm not going to hit.
She said she bitched you out and she texted you. What'd she say? Are you there, Jim? Or am I gone again? Are you there, Jim? No, he's here, but I don't see what the fuck's going on. Well, we'll play the rest of this. She said she bitched Jim out in a text.
Because I am not going to holler, fight, and scream. That's not who I am and what I'm about anymore. I used to piss people off on purpose because it was fun for me, but now I've gotten over that, and I really don't like fighting. I really don't like yelling. I mean, I will if I have to. It's still in me.
What are we yelling about? Nobody's even upset. What the fuck's going on here? I mean, all right, we got about a minute left on whatever her rant is here. About a minute and 20 seconds.
I just learned to control it a lot better. I will if I have to.
I think I saw a hullabaloo in there. I don't think she has the live chat replay. But she said she sent you an email or text message bitching you out. What did she say to you?
I didn't even see it. Hold on. No,
this sounds like the crippled Chris, the Trons and this and that, where they don't get as much as we get.
If you guys don't believe anything I say, then why bother having me around? I know why, because I'm good content. I heard what X said that pissed me off. I'm not hitting no links. I'm done. Good. I'm out. I don't know.
I never asked her to hit a link. In fact, I sent the email to Texas Granny of the link, and I told Texas Granny only send it to the people that we request. We're not putting up. I never asked her to I never asked her to come up. I said Janelle's in the chat. Maybe I did say. Maybe I missed it. Hey, she could come up, but I never put a link out for her. Hey, Janelle, here's the link. I want you to come up. I never did that. Never asked. I said you could call in. No, this is sour grapes because she didn't make any money.
But I won't go looking for it, or I won't, usually drama finds me. This is going to cause issues, and I don't really give a fuck. So with all that being, that's not what I heard him say just not even like 5 minutes ago, Katie. And that's why I'm here, because that really pissed me off. That's not, if he doesn't believe anything that I say, then.
No, Janelle, I do believe, if you're talking to me, I do believe that you have a job. I do believe that you care for cheese. I do believe that you're doing better. But you clearly lie. A lot of these YouTubers lies. Hell, fucking BJ lied. But, you are in the position to either be wide open Hey, we're living by this garbage can, but you don't tell the real reason why you're living by that garbage can. The reason why is because you and Cheese were lying about us until Jim got down to the bottom of it. So, yes, you do lie. You do lie all the time. And talk about content for who? That wasn't for me. You didn't do that for me. Just like Jim says, that lawsuit doesn't have anything to do with me. Watch Her Crazy says the same thing, but some weird reason she has a declaration in there. Go figure. But, Joe last night had nothing to do with me.
If you ask me, I think what happens is she did it. She made virtually nothing. She got shit for it. People are saying they don't like her. And it's the day after. If she would have made $300, she wouldn't give a fuck what anybody said about her, you know?
Right.
But not making any money on it. Having people.
The hot dogs probably cost a couple dollars.
It didn't win her any favor. Now she's kind of getting buyer's remorse.
Well, here's what I'd say. I'm glad she did it. I'm glad she showed up on time. Don't forget, last time, Cheese, we had to wait for like 2.5 hours. That show's 4 hours and 44 minutes long, by the way, because we're sitting around waiting for her like my time's not worth anything. Next day, I'm going to Yamava. I'm going to the fair to do my style of content, but we still stuck around. Not everything's about her. How many, Janelle, how many hundreds of shows are on the OTT? This goes to all you stupid little pussy haters out there. They're talking about, I'm being Leanne right now. They're talking about me. They need, bitch, we got hundreds, 500, 600 shows. Do you know how little have been discussed about you? Let's just say one show is dedicated to one hater. Out of 500, 600 shows? Really? You think we just sit there and talk about you all the time? I talk more about Las Vegas and roller coasters than I did any one of these haters. I don't do that shit. That's why it's boring, right? Is that what the hater's going to say? Because I'm not talking about them? Now, the reason we only talked about Leanne recently, within the last 6 or 8 months, is we had a lawsuit on her. People forget about that? She didn't show up for that? Remember? The reason we talked about Watch Her Crazy recently is because we served her first. Way before she had any bullshit cease and desist, which, by the way, wasn't by any attorney. She probably did it through ChatGPT. We served her first. And by the way, Watch Her Crazy, I have never, ever, the man behind the mask or the man in the mask has never contacted anybody in your family. Anybody, ever. All that shit with, grandkids and all, and that has nothing to do with me, right? That's what you say about the others. It has nothing to do with me. I never contacted anybody. Prove it. Prove it, bitch. I've never contacted anybody in your family, but we served your ass. Way before.
It's just BS, and that's just how I feel. That's not what I heard. That's not what I heard when he was talking to Bob. So
sounds like her chat is sticking up for me.
I know that Bob never liked me, but it is what it is with Bob. I don't really give a fuck about that, but it's just not what I heard. So when I dropped down his chat, down his chat.
It's not. There's the money. Yeah.
Because I wanted him to hear me say that. I wanted him to know I heard him say that, and that really pissed me off. So that's why I'm right now. So with all that being said, I'm done. I'm so done.
Okay, Janelle, let me tell you, here's what I would tell you. The same thing that I would say to Christine, the same thing that I said to Michelle. By the way, I like those three women, all three of them. I like Michelle, I like Christine, and I know Michelle's like, Mr. X doesn't like me. I like all those people. I don't need any of you. None of you ever have to show up on any show that I'm on, or it's up to Jim. If Jim wants to have you, that's it. I don't need you. It's giving me content. No. The only thing we've ever done is help those people. Michelle, I hate to bring it up because it sounds like, oh, look what I did for you. What about all that money she got a couple years? That was a couple years ago. It was 3 years ago. I tell you what, I've had people give me stunt jobs 20 years ago, and I go to them and say, happy birthday on Facebook, send them a private message thinking about you, I still think that day about those couple days we worked together. Appreciate it. Granted, I made a lot more than $200 or $300, but you know what I mean. That's how I am. I didn't say, hey, you hired me 15 years ago. What have you done for me lately? That's Michelle. Christine, we got her monetized. Then she had her mom call the cops on Jim. I said that was it. Then she got herself banned by playing court TV stuff, which we told her to stop. Not my problem.
Right.
I didn't do that. And then as far as Janelle, she's gotten the most. I honestly think this is what KDC, because KDC was in her chat. I honestly think she took what he said the wrong way. Yeah. I'm just sick of some of these people that are on YouTube that are kind of like pseudo creators that just, you try to do something, or Jim tries to do something, it's a bit, you get what you get, and then you're going to bitch. You ever heard of that company called Cutco, where they sell the knives? They were all over that LA County fair. I remember one time I tried to work for them. I thought they were a call center. And they said, no, you buy the knives and you got to sell them, and you make depending on how much you sell. It's up to you and your personality. I said, fuck that. If I show up for work, I want to get paid either by the movie or by the hour or whatever. I don't want to be dependent on your product. You were in sales last night, Janelle. And I think some of your previous history is what made your salesmanship or your money what it was. Nobody dislikes you. But Janelle, come on, you are a liar. You have lied.
Let me call and see. Hold on. Let me see what's going on here.
You're welcome to call whoever you want.
Let me see. She probably won't pick
Oh,
up.
are they good knives, Bob? I remember Bob before the pandemic. No, this is before 2012, actually, not before the pandemic. I thought it was like a call center. This is when there were like no jobs in LA. And
Welcome to the voicemail.
6233.
Well,
Jonelle, pick up or I'm going to have to call the hotel, okay? Pick up. I'm going to call you in 1 minute. If you don't pick up, I'm calling the hotel, having the lady come down to your room. Go ahead, Mr. X. Mr. X, you there? Mr. X is gone. He's not connected. Jonelle, here I come. I'm calling. You better pick up. Excuse me.
Welcome to the voicemail.
62324.
sorry about that. It's a connection.
I don't know what it is. I'll tell you somebody else who got real cunty lately. It's Rainbow Melon.
Yeah, I don't know. It has nothing to do with me. And I can assume, and I appreciate it. We talk about the homelessness stuff and the drugs and all that, and they aren't part of that, it appears, and it seems like they're working their way out of it. I'm rooting for them. A lot of people are. But yeah, the reason I think that she has the reason she has, and I'm talking about Janelle, is because she's lied. Anyway, that's it on that. It's pretty crazy. Let me read off a couple Cash Apps, PayPals, Jim, while we got a couple seconds here if you're going to call her. And you call her if you want. I'm not asking you to.
I tried. She didn't pick up.
Yeah. I hate this shit where it's like, it pisses me off that you have an idea for a show. I clearly state why my objections are on the show of XNN right before it. It wasn't totally against the content of it, but I expressed what I wanted to express about it. Fair. I mean, nobody's upset at anybody, whatever. And she does the show. I'm one of 2 or 3 people that send her money. It's your show. I actually send more money than you do.
Yep.
She doesn't have a personality or has lied so much that people don't like her, and she's going to shit all over me. What the fuck?
Yep. That's see, I like that. I'm glad that's how it is. I didn't do nothing. Oh, hold on, I got a text coming in. Blue Diamond came in $5. Thank you, Blue Diamond. Blue Diamond just sent in $5. Blue Diamond doing what she needs to do to get back in the good graces of the church. Thank you, Blue Diamond.
I wanted to say thank you, Jim. Oh, go ahead.
I think I got a little something on PayPal. Go ahead. You go ahead.
I got something from somebody, and I'm going to assume it's Adele because it's something about liking the 1940s. It's Canadian, $5.
Well, she was alive in 1940, so
yes. She sent me some pictures of herself the other day saying how horrible she looks. I'm not sure if she was looking for positive affirmation. It's like, Adele, you look like you always look. You don't look bad.
She's fishing for compliments. What she needs to do is get a little bikini top on, show off them big fucking mounds.
It's like, Adele, you don't look bad. I mean, you look like Adele. I mean, what do you want from me? What do you want me to kiss your ass? I don't even know. Blue Diamond
Adele
coming in, $5.
She needs a big stiff cock. That's what she needs.
Well, thank you, Blue Diamond, for that. And I'm going to assume that that's Adele. No, but that is me. My lips were swollen.
So, Mr. X, I've got a bombshell to drop right here. Oh, what is Michelle? What's it? What does it say?
Of course, it's about the money. $11 is ridiculous. And Jim said you were a lifelong dream of yours. You should have given more than $3. Yeah, I agree.
Well, hold on. Hold on. Who's saying this?
Michelle. I'm assuming that's Michelle Meltdown.
Okay. Let me explain something to anybody. First of all, I shouldn't have given her anything. The fact that I gave her my platform in front of 2,400 people. Her boyfriend, 3,000 the time before, 2,400 last night. If you told me I could go on Tyler Fellers right now and do a stunt and not get a dime, I'd go. It's the ability to come on in the big leagues. It's the ability to be seen by the masses. I gave her the opportunity. Okay? That's worth more than $3. And some of you people don't understand that because you're not business people. You've worked for somebody all your life. You don't know what it's like to be in entertainment. You don't know how that works. You don't realize that, you could work at the Smithsonian. The people that give tours at the Smithsonian Institute don't get paid. And there's a fucking line for that job that's probably 2,000 people. You got to be somebody to work there for nothing. So the ability to put her on my show is her pay. Me showing up to the wedding is the pay. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, I look at it like this. Go back to
that's not Michelle Meltdown.
I know. I just saw that. So that's why I put it up. Nobody knew who Tiny Tim was for decades. He went on Laugh-In and he went on Johnny Carson as an album was coming out and it exploded. Then he had the highest watched Johnny Carson show ever when he got married on that show. What did he get paid? Nothing. But it made him a household name from the 1960s till he died in the 90s or whatever. Okay? And because he had a personality, he was different, he was unique, he had long hair before the Beatles did, whatever. That's the power of television, Johnny Carson's show back there. Now, I'm not saying we're not Johnny Carson, but yeah, put me on a show with wrestling information and this and that. And I think I can hold my own. Especially if there's big contributors on those shows. You know what I mean? So like sometimes just the opportunity. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon. I'd go on one of their shows in a heartbeat if I could promote something I had. I don't give a shit what their politics are.
Mr. X, I've got more cash apps coming in.
What do you got?
Blue Diamond came in $5. Thank you so much. Oh, Cash App has just extended my overdraft. Let's see here. Hold on. Getting to my other Cash App here.
And
$5. Hold on. $5 just came in. Johnny Yarborough. Thank you, Johnny Yarborough just came in $5. Thank you, Johnny. No, Johnny, $2. Mean Green, $3. I'm sorry, I didn't even see Mean Green. Johnny Yarborough, $2. He says, gay. Mean Green says, I don't care what Bob says. I love the hot dogs. There you go.
Janelle, here's what I would ask you. Where were you at when I was 16? Where were you at when I was making my first films? Going to the gym, learning this industry, paying for classes, paying for knowledge, meeting people around that fucking shitty state. I love Florida, but the shitty state of Florida, the state that it was in at that point, not because let me rephrase that. Florida's not shitty. The entertainment industry at that point in the late 90s, early 2000s was shitty. Meeting people, driving to Orlando, driving to Fort Myers, driving to Naples, booking commercials, learning a little bit, learning more, getting in a fucking car, knowing nobody, working shitty jobs with a college degree so I can get on set, meeting people, getting my SAG card, meeting people, making a film. You all think it sucks. Not you guys, but some of the people think it sucks. Meeting more people, getting on bigger, going on stunt training, all that shit, moving to Louisiana. This stuff comes in, getting harassed, having people chase me around conventions, people suing over bullshit stuff, us having to sue people over legitimate stuff, all that stuff all combined. I'm 46 now, 30 years. I'm just one person. Now we're going to add Jim Terry on that and all the stuff that he's done in his life in entertainment and MMA Junkie and Howard Stern and the football and this and all the radio shows, every place that he's ever been. What's that fucking worth? What about my college degree so I can speak a little bit more legibly than you? What about all that stuff? You want to hear fumblets? I want to go out with a 16-year-old. That's what you got.
Mr. X, hold on. Mr. X, something big just happened.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Miss Texas, always fun shows, JT. Thanks. I love the hot. So she liked the hot dogs. Miss Texas just came in, $20. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Miss Texas. Thank you, Mean Green. Thank you, Blue Diamond. All coming in big, Mr. X. Mr. X, I'm getting some text messages here.
Go ahead. Well, let me just answer this question for Queen of All. I'm not comparing apples to orange. I'm just saying, like, man, I meet some of these people, Queen of Ossian, that their family's been in the industry for generations and generations, and like I can learn a lot from people. I still learn stuff all the time. Man, I wouldn't take that for granted. I'm not saying. I mean, I'd love to learn from Steven Spielberg. Let me just walk around with you for one day, Steven Spielberg, Quentin Tarantino, Judd Apatow.
Let me walk around.
Let me shadow you for one day. And somebody could say, well, Mr. X, your experience isn't worth shit. Well, I can tell you this. You guys don't know anybody else who's been interviewed in a Hollywood Reporter. Only the Mr. X. So, I mean, I think I've done something. Not as high as I would like, but I've still done a little bit more than her. And I would think that she would take that and say, listen, she wants to be a YouTuber and she wants to have some experience. And we've been successful here. We got reinstated, yada, yada. She recently even said she wanted our help, which we probably would help her. What's her alternative? Who else is going to help her? Who's going to drive food to her door? I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. Nobody helps me. Not like that. I wish they did. Nobody. I mean, I take offense to that shit.
Yep. All right, Mr. X, what else you got? I gotta get some rest here.
I got a few other things I want to talk about too.
All right. Well, listen, I'm gonna head out. Do you need me for anything else?
Well, yeah, I wanted to see your opinion on some of these things.
All right. Well, hurry up because I gotta get some rest. I'm exhausted.
So we talked about the Bette Hayward thing. We talked about the Garden Grove thing. This is really the only thing left I have to discuss.
Yeah.
Dr. Bailout sent this to me, so don't blame this on me. There's a guy who's a somewhat known porn star. He bangs chicks. He's not gay. His name is Mike Adriano. I don't know how you spell his name. He's really into some, like banging chicks in the butt and stuff like that, eating butt, gross stuff,
Johnny
stuff. Johnny Yarbrough would be into.
Johnny stuff, yes.
Yeah. And have I surfed on and seen by accident stuff? Yes, I have seen it. Okay. And he had this kind of white looking place, this house. And in the backyard, he had all these things on the wall that would say arcade and, strippers, but they were real bright on the wall. And, Dr. Bailout says, hey, do you know this guy? I said, I think I've heard that name. I know of that name, but I don't know him. You know what I mean? Like, I never met him, never talked to him, nothing like that. He said, then it's like you ever seen the casting couch where there's a black couch and the guy goes, you can get $5,000 a day if, but you got to work with me first. He says the same things over and over, similar to that. He goes, do you know where that location is? And I said, no. I go, that I know of that house. I know that, thousands of, porns have been shot there, but I don't. He's like, it's in Woodland Hills or something, somewhere out in the valley. And he goes, here is the house. It went up for sale recently, right? And you know how when I always show the real estate stuff. So this guy had his house sell and somebody came out and recorded it. It's on YouTube, right? You see the house? It's 1.5 million. Nice looking house, right? There's that wall that I'm talking about that has now since been painted over. You don't want to go around the corner there and turn on a black light. But here's the thing. Look at the fucking comments. Obviously, this is 2 years ago. I sincerely hope you disclose to the next owners that hundreds of assholes that were blown out by Professor Adreno. Like, the comments of this are the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Like, and this, I had never seen this before. This house is more haunted than the Conjuring house. At least thousands of body counts and 2,000 parents traumatized.
Damn.
I don't think all these people, and like you could see the real estate agents responding to them.
No shit.
Yeah. The Professor Mikey Adreno's house, or whatever the hell his name is. Many gape souls there.
Wow.
It says people are talking, what's the house ethnicity? And it goes on and on and on. Yeah. So this whole idea, and I'm the reason I'm, other than I think it's funny, that you can't show Google Earth, you can't show a listing and this and that. A lot of people have done it. A lot of people have discussed it. It's just they haven't discussed it in this way on their show. Not this kind of show, not recently, but other people have obviously discussed it in the past. What do you think about that, Jim?
I think that, that's out in California, obviously, right?
Yeah, it's like Woodland Hills. It's a nice area. Not too far from where Doug used to live.
I love reading those comments of certain stuff like that, especially these two. I've been reading a lot of comments on all these teen takeovers that are happening.
Yeah.
Like 60 blacks from a high school go to a 7-Eleven and just blow it apart. And there's there's some poor white kid working for $9 an hour is hiding in the fucking break room while they just ravage the store. I love reading the comments of those things. There's always one guy who's just here for the comments.
Well, how often do you see a house that goes up for sale that was like point blank, like the house for thousands of porns? You know what I mean? It's like, like that's very rare. And you know what? I said, well, Dr. Bailout, how did you find this? See, he found it on a Reddit page.
Yep.
So like people on Reddit are discussing this and posting. I tell you what, there's fucking everything on Reddit.
Everything.
Anyway, well, I'm just going to thank a few people. If you got to go, you got to go. Let me thank.
No, go ahead. I'll stay over the end.
Who's Your Daddy coming in? $3. I mentioned Blue Diamond. Thank you, Blue Diamond. I think that's Who's Your Daddy, right? Yes, it is. It is him. Thank you for that. We'll check. It was Adele that we mentioned earlier on the PayPal. Thank you for that. We'll go over the Cash App or the super stickers again. Shit was hilarious. Yes, Adele. Thank you for that. Thank you for everybody who's come in throughout the week.
How about Bob saying he likes Eric Foss?
Yeah, I'm surprised by that. I mean, it's
Eric
not that
Foss he's making I know you don't like him, but there's a lot of people that are starting to like him.
Here's my problem with Eric Foss. I know I don't like drug dealers. I mean, I've said that many times. All his stuff is going back and forth with people like Watcher Crazy. He's fighting Watcher Crazy. Then he was friends with Fumble Nuts, and he's not friends with him. And then he's fighting this guy or whoever he's fighting. It's like the Angel Gotti. Hey, I don't want to fight with anybody, but here's Angel Boulevard where I'm going to go shit talk some people that nobody knows who they are. And you mentioned something on a show about the other day, they don't put up with my shit over there. I've never been over to Eric Foss's show. Like, I've been in a chat a few times. I don't think I've ever been on his show that I can recall. And if I did, it wasn't that memorable to me, at least, not out of doing thousands of shows. I'm just not interested. And then, him talking about SoFlo, who's just a fucking loser. So, Flo, let me tell you this, pal. Nobody's scared of you. Nobody's hiding from you. It's funny, if Watcher Crazy could find out where we're at, you probably could too. You have just decided not to, right? Just like your buddy Fish. Nobody's hiding from you. And go ahead and post whatever you want to post on Rumble or whatever. It's fucking stupid. Nobody's scared of you. You're not a tough guy because you're going down to the fucking park and doing a full 4 or 5 chin-ups. Nobody's scared of you, sir. It's
he
dumb.
did 4 pull-ups?
Well, that's all I think he could do. Yeah. They pulled him up and out of the country is what I think. And here, you know the biggest reason nobody's scared of you, SoFlo? Other than you just being a complete pussy. You're not in the country. What are you going to do? Make an AI video? Ooh. Steal content? I mean, what are you going to do? If you're in the country, then you'll show up. Not asking you to, but you will. You haven't done that. But let's talk about some people who did show up. Georgie Pullstick, $1.49 from Canada. Queen of Ossian, $1.99 from the U.S. Miss Texas, $20 from Texas. It's like its own state. There's Janelle, either Nevada or Arizona. We don't know. Shannon, definitely don't know, but I want to thank her. I think I missed this one earlier. Thank you, Shannon. $3. Georgie Pullstick again. $1 Canadian. So, and was there more? I thought there was a one. Maybe I missed some. No, that's it. I got them all. All right, Jim. Yeah, that's what I was going to say, Donkey Dick, before I started getting it. And like, you're a drug addict, you know, or you beat women, whatever his name is, SoFlo, and the other guy has been to jail or prison for selling drugs. This guy's this guy's. Which one's worse? They're both pretty bad. I mean, I think the beating the woman with the pool stick is worse. I mean, drug dealers are pretty bad too. I mean, that stuff leads to killing of people. It's hard to. That's apples and oranges. I don't know. That's what I don't like over there. That's it. Does that make sense or no? You must be gone. Well,
sorry.
Like
you still there?
Yeah. I was just explaining what I don't like over there and why. But that's it.
Yeah. I heard it. Yeah, I agree. All right. What else you got?
That's it. Thank you guys for being here. Okay, Fumble, I stand corrected. Him and Fumble have been against each other since the beginning.
Well, hold on. I got a major bombshell, and I tried to bring it up 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, and everybody kept saying other things and talking about this and talking about that. So here's the major bombshell, ladies and gentlemen. Eric Foss and I guess Bette Hayward and Lefty and some other people have been rattling their sword that there is some major fumble nuts news that could be disseminated in the next couple of days. I guess it was supposed to be on Eric Foss's show. I don't know if Bette is going to release a video. Like, you remember how she used to do the videos and all that?
Yeah.
That's what Foss is waiting for. But here's what supposedly they have. They have fumble nuts in text messages or on a voicemail or whatever, shitting. And I mean shitting. I was told it is bad. He is shitting on Confluence and Confluence's kid like you couldn't fucking believe. Bette Hayward has the proof of it. And that's why he's terrified of her right now. Now, what does that mean for everybody? I don't know. But I was told by Foss today that he's waiting. He could go and talk about it right now. But he wants Bette to release the video. Now, whether or not she will or won't, or what, I don't know what she's waiting for. But that's kind of where it's at.
Okay. Well.
And that'll be very interesting to see what Watcher of Crazy's reaction would be to that. But there you go.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well. All right. Well, it is what it is. I mean, am I shocked that Fumble Nuts, is what he is? I'm not shocked by anything. I'm definitely not shocked by anything. Yeah, but Watcher Crazy went hard on Bette today. It is what it is. That's fine.
Well, hold on. What did she say about Bette? See, that show was taken down. Who said that?
Oh, I missed that. Watcher Crazy went hard on Betty today
What did she say?
and was defending Fumble Nuts. She basically validated everything they said you guys were lying about the past few years.
Yep. Betty validated everything we've said that they said that we've been lying about her boyfriend was, everything we've always said, it eventually comes out.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe it. I mean, it's tough with Betty because then people are going to say, well, she's a drug addict. I don't know about this. I don't know, because that's what I think Watcher Crazy said about her, but it's shit and vomit arguing with each other. And I think that's what happens a lot over on Foss's, at least Angel Gotti's like had jobs and careers and money. And, it's like, to my knowledge, has never been in prison or anything like that. But, these people are just scumbags. And it just happens that Bette Hayward, people have, I think these days, a little bit more sympathy with people that take drugs because they, at least in California, they look at it as not a crime and more of a medical condition, like a mental thing where they would, they're addicted to it. So I think that gets a little bit more leeway than somebody beating the shit out of their wife with a pool stick. Yeah. But, it's rough where somebody choking and biting, that kind of stuff. I don't know what to say other than that's why I think Betty would have a little bit more credibility, and she also has more receipts. Fumble and these guys they're just losses. They're just losers. It's just what it is. I mean, we could sit up here and talk about it over and over again. It's just a fact. And does she have proof? Absolutely. I'm sure Laying Pipe does too if he cleaned up his act. But they probably all have shit on each other.
Oh yeah. Betty's got shit on Watcher. Watcher's got shit on Betty. Betty's got shit on Fumble. Fumble's got shit. But the bottom line is they're all scumbags, and they always will be. And Watcher's life is going to get really bad towards the end of the summer. I have a feeling when that kid and all that it's just going to be nasty. But all right, I'm done.
It's funny, and I'm going to be done after this. It's funny, out of 24 plus exhibits that are entered, some of them with A, B, C, and D, the one thing that I've said the most and repeated the most was never put in there. I will never look for any of these people. I'm not looking for any of these people. I don't wish any harm on these people. If I made jokes that Fumble Nuts, maybe he gets in a fiery wreck on the I-4. Yeah, I've joked about it, but I obviously don't want to see that happen. I've never looked for any of these people. I don't wish any ill will on these people and all that. I've said this so many times, but these people obviously wish that on us and each other. They're way, as Bette Hayward I heard say, these people, Fumble Nuts and these other people like Watcher, are way, way worse than Jim or Mr. X. Absolutely. And we're going to continue what we do, win, lose, or draw, and do the best we could do to entertain the audience of people who like
I would like to know why I would like to know why and who they are and what. I mean, listen, and she needs a better platform than Lefty. Nobody watches that show. It's hard to hear,
Well, yeah, really have her come up on her show. The free StreamYard and this and that. But then the other thing, too, is, and I don't know anything about this Lefty guy, but, frankly, maybe I'm a little weird like that. But, Danielle's seemed to be with a lot of different dudes from YouTube. I wouldn't want to date this chick if Doug was with her. That would be enough for me to say, ew. I don't care how long it's been. Just like people say, hey, Lisa Marie Presley, what were you thinking about marrying Michael Jackson? What was going on in your head at that time? That's what I'd say to Danielle. Doesn't mean I dislike the lady. I'm just saying that's what I would think. What were you thinking about when you were watching hermaphrodite porn, per your own words, with Doug at Yamava? When I was at Yamava, I was going to the crab leg buffet. Same thing with Bette Hayward and, the laying pipes and this and that. She's not picking any winners. Wish them the best. Just like Blue Diamond said, good night, everybody. Jim, what else you got? Is that it?
That's it. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. What the fuck is going on with this stupid ass computer? All right, Jim, you out of here? Let me get rid of you.
Yep.
Get out of here. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for being here. We will see you on XNN on Monday. Appreciate everybody.